Summary of the Code of Hammurabi. And most complete written legal codes in human history. It was promulgated by King Hammurabi of Babylon around 1754 BC and inscribed on a large basalt stele. Historical context. The code emerged during the height of the Old Babylonian Empire, a period marked by political centralization, urban growth, and economic complexity. Law became a tool for unifying diverse peoples under royal authority. Purpose of the law. Hammurabi presents the code as a divine mandate intended to establish justice, protect the weak, and restrain the strong. Law is portrayed as a moral and social necessity, not merely administrative regulation. Divine legitimation. The stele depicts Hammurabi receiving authority from Shamash, the god of justice. This imagery reinforces the idea that law originates from divine will and that the king acts as its earthly executor. Structure of the code. The text consists of a prologue, 282 legal provisions, and an epilogue. The prologue and epilogue emphasize Hammurabi's righteousness, while the laws address practical aspects of daily life. Casuistic legal style. Most laws follow a conditional if-then format, establishing specific consequences for specific actions. This casuistic style reflects early legal reasoning based on precedent and proportionality. Social hierarchy. The code distinguishes sharply between social classes: free citizens, awilam, commoners, mushkanam, and slaves, wardam. Legal penalties vary depending on the status of both victim and offender. Principle of retribution. The famous principle of lex talionis, an eye for an eye, is central to the code. Punishment aims to mirror the offense, reinforcing balance and deterrence rather than rehabilitation. Family and marriage laws. Many provisions regulate marriage, divorce, adultery, inheritance, and parental authority. The family is treated as the foundation of social order and economic stability. Status of women. Women possess certain legal rights, including property ownership and divorce under specific conditions. However, their status remains subordinate, and punishments for sexual misconduct are often severe. Slavery and labor. Slaves are treated as property but are still protected by law to some extent. The code regulates wages, labor contracts, and responsibilities of employers and workers. Economic and commercial law. Detailed rules govern trade, loans, interest rates, partnerships, and debt. These laws reflect a sophisticated commercial society reliant on agriculture, craftsmanship, and long-distance trade. Property and land ownership. The code addresses theft, damage to property, irrigation disputes, and land tenure. Protection of property is central to maintaining social order and economic productivity. Criminal law and punishment. Crimes such as theft, fraud, perjury, and violence are punished harshly, often by death or mutilation. Justice is swift, public, and exemplary. Judicial procedure. Judges are held accountable for their rulings and may be punished for corruption or error. This reflects an early awareness of judicial responsibility and institutional integrity. Collective responsibility. Some laws impose collective punishment, such as holding communities responsible for crimes committed within their territory. Social cohesion and mutual surveillance are thus enforced. Moral vision of justice. Justice in Hammurabi's code is not egalitarian but hierarchical. Fairness is defined within social rank, reflecting the worldview of an ordered, stratified society. Political authority. The code reinforces royal power by presenting the king as protector, judge, and moral guardian. Law becomes a means of legitimizing centralized authority. Influence on later legal traditions. While not a direct source of later biblical or classical law, the code influenced Near Eastern legal culture and shaped ideas of written law and accountability. Enduring significance. The Code of Hammurabi stands as a monumental achievement in legal history. It reveals how early civilizations understood justice, power, and social order, laying foundations for later legal thought.